Good morning. We're at it again. I guess this is our series on searching for Mr. Bass. So a quick recap. This is our second day on this lake. And so day one was a long day spent mapping the lake from 0 to 18 feet. And, we learned the weed breaks, we learned the break lines, and we spent many hours driving the lake, mapping, looking for points and inside turns. And what we found was fairly consistent weeds, but there's definitely areas of the lake where those weeds are more prominent. And our theory is we did not catch any largemouth bass on our first day. In the main thick weed line at 8 to 10, we caught a northern pike on a jig, we caught a walleye on a drop shot, we caught a smallmouth bass on a jig, we caught a drum, we caught a rock bass, we caught a white bass, no largemouth yet. So we're still in search of Mr. Largemouth. We're into fall now. It's September. The nights are getting pretty cool. It's only about 50 degrees right now at 6 in the morning. So water temps are dropping, and it's probably not the best time of year to be looking for the largemouth. Probably would have been much better off starting in the spring or in the heat of the summer. But we're here. We're going to keep searching for those largemouth, but we're also going to start incorporating some smallmouth spots. There's a lot of great deep rock structure on this lake. We know it a little bit from trolling. We want to get to know it more, and we want to be a little more thorough on those spots, casting and looking for those smallmouth. So today is going to be a little bit of both. We're going to focus on 6 or 7 key areas that we think the largemouth might be in from our day one mapping, and we're going to hopefully also spend time on 5 or 6 key deeper structures today, looking around for smallmouth. Those 5 or 6 those 5 or 6 spots that we're going to be looking for the largemouth are going to be one or both of the following: main lake points and or areas in the lake where the weed line in 8 to 12 feet is most significant. So around the lake it seems to thin out and get and then in other areas it seems to be really prominent. And thinking about it right now before we go fishing today, there's 2 or 3 main lake points that also have really thick weeds, and hopefully that's where we can find a few largemouth, either today or eventually. But my gut feeling says those areas are probably where the majority of the largemouth exists. So we'll just keep searching today and see what happens. this big fatty. Look at this beautiful bass. Just over 4 pounds. Well, it's official. The lake has largemouth, and that particular one was really healthy. So let's look for some more. These guys. We're still on this main lake point with the real thick weeds. We worked the very outside edge, holding it about 12 to 15 and casting along the edge up into 10, trying to stay out in 12, just looking at some of that little bit deeper weed. We've now moved into about 10 feet, and we're working 8 to 10 in the thickest area. Let's see if we can get one here. Okay, morning update. We caught the one nice largemouth right off the bat this morning on our first spot. Worked a couple deep areas looking for smallmouth, and then we just finished fishing what I consider, in my gut, possibly the best largemouth spot. It's a big point with a lot of weeds, and there's two nice fingers closest to deep water where the weeds stick out the farthest, but we didn't have any bites there, so we're still trying to gauge the largemouth population, and our next spot is quite a ways away, so we're going to troll for northerns. We know the northern population is pretty good here, and there's a nice trolling stretch between these two spots. I just want to gauge fish activity, make this run down the lake, and see if we get any northern. Okay, nothing on the troll. Our next targeted largemouth spot is this huge spawning bay in front of me. There is a lot of breaks, aka big milfoil patches, in about 8 to 10 feet on this corner of the bay that I have to assume the largemouth stop at and maybe spend time post-spawn, maybe even throughout the summer and fall. So we're going to work through those patches and see what we can get. There we go. Ooh, there's one with them too. Okay, bass number 2. Hitting it really light. This weed edge of milfoil is in about 7 feet. I'm just casting on the outside of it here. Okay, I just had another hit. I'm getting a lot of short hits, and I'm starting to think they might be bass. So I need to slow down the presentation. Oh, there we go. First cast on the drop shot. What do we got here? Oh boy. Walleye. we're catching a couple northern here in what should be bass territory. I know the larger northern dominate the deeper water, but I'm starting to get the feeling that the largemouth is really a secondary population in the lake to the northern and smallmouth. The fact that I'm getting bit off and catching northern here in 8 feet in the milfoil is just a little disappointing. Smallmouth. See how white they are? Just maybe a sign that it's not a great weather condition. Okay, we're on to our next spot. We're in the back of a big bay, and we mapped this at 10 to 12 feet, and right here in the very back center, there seems to be a little bit of a point that comes out with a lot of weeds on it, a lot more weeds than a lot of the other areas of the bay. There's a little bit of a rise, almost like a small 8-foot hump in there. So let's see if we can make something happen here. Got a nice smallmouth on.